and we will welcome to the stage Joanne, who is a beautiful, I don't have your bio in front of me right at this moment, but I know you. She's from Perth. She's a beautiful, incredibly talented artist. She has, she's one of these girls like many of us who actually had a dream, had a beautiful, I would love to be in this creative space, but for a whole lot of reasons it didn't happen. And now she's just smashing it. She's doing art classes in Perth. She's getting a global name. She's in books. She's in a movie coming up. She's got so many things happening in her space. And I'm going to hand over to you, Jo.
Hello, Annie. Well, you're looking as fresh as a daisy for someone who's been interviewing for 10 hours, I have to say. Amazing. My goodness, I want your energy. Actually, you know what? I do have your energy. That's why we get along. We have the same kind, don't we?
We're singing it.
Yes, yes. Would you like me to begin?
I would love you to begin.
All right, everyone. So thank you, Annie, for the bottom of my heart for allowing me to have this amazing opportunity to speak today. I have been listening and everyone is so inspiring. So I would like to start off by saying, I was told that I had to die to be successful as an artist. So I'm hoping I'm spreading that message out to let people know this is for you, the artist, not only the artist, but the outside of the box thinker. The people who looked out the window as children and got told off by the teacher. No one has ever stopped to ask them what was it that they were thinking about? What brilliant ideas are we stomping out, making them listening to algebra? So this is why, this is my why as a teacher, is I want to tease that back out of people again. So I just want to tell you that you can actually do this. So I teach adults and I teach kids. And the first thing that I say when I teach adults is hands up those who think that they can only draw a stick man. Now, Annie, you just kind of alluded to that yourself. So usually when I say that, I would say 97% of the adults put their hands up. And I rub my hands together because I love it when I have students like that. That is my absolute avatar, because I know that I can teach them and show them that they can do something so amazing that they will not be able to believe what they've done at the end of that class. And you know what? It happens every time. I've never literally found anyone that I can't teach. And I say to them, you know what? If your artwork looks not even remotely like mine, then you're doing it right. And the looks of happiness that I get from that, because no one, I don't want to create cookie cutters. I want everyone to have their own individual style. Now, interestingly, Annie, I ask the same question when I teach kids. Hands up those who think they can only draw a stick man. You know what they do? They look at me like I'm nuts. They're like, we're obviously here because we want to be here. We think we can draw more than a stick man, and that's why we're here. And so, if only adults could take on that fearlessness. So I always say I end my classes with, now I've proven to each and every one of you that you can do something that you didn't think you can do. So tomorrow, I want you to wake up and go, you know what? What else do I think that I couldn't do? And you know what? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? But what if you do something? And you know what? Sometimes if you don't make a change in your life, then nothing's going to change. So you need to just do one little thing, and it can actually change your entire journey, and you actually then are led to your people. Now I'm going to talk about that. So I was teaching a group of kids recently, and there was a particular child who was very, I always thought she was super popular. And one day she slammed her hands on the table and she goes, I have something to say. And everyone goes, oh, I was like, wow, that's really bold, a bit courageous. And she said, you know what? I want to tell you all that I count the sleeps to come to this class because I don't have any friends. And it was like silence. I mean, I didn't say anything because I felt this was really powerful. I wanted to know what the kids said back. And there's a little girl, and I heard this really quiet, me too. And then I heard another kid go, me too. And then I got another one. And then this boy chipped in, but I knew he was just saying it because everyone else was. But what I realized then was I was creating an environment where people were coming together with a solid interest. And because of that, they weren't there because they were forced to. They were there because they wanted to. And because of that, they were surrounded by their tribe. And their tribe was making them feel valued and believed in because they were around the right people that were lifting them up. Now, I think this is so imperative as adults that if you surround yourself with the right people that have the similar interests to you, that lift you up and only want to put you up here, then my goodness, you know, the sky is the absolute limit. And, you know, sometimes one thing I've learned is the more I follow that, my heart, and the more I follow that journey, it's like a rocket. You're going up. Now, that rocket is only designed to hold all the other extra bits and pieces that fall down to the earth. You know, they're only designed to sit there on that rocket at a certain altitude. So if you find people falling you away from you as you go towards your goal, that's because they were never meant to be for the full journey. They were just there to get you to that next stage so you can then branch out and grow. So, you know, to me, I think this is so important. And I think as human beings, we forget to just be. Do you remember the kid we had boring time? You know, that boring time is so key for you to just sit and just be, you know, not a human doing, be a human being. So have the courage to follow your heart, because you know what? I think I know in my heart, every single one of us have been given a gift, and it's up to us. It's our purpose in life to find that gift. And then, you know what? Don't hold it in. Don't hide your cards with your poker face. Give those gifts away. That's what we are designed to do. Find our gifts, give them away, because we want to help other people to go on their journeys. It's bigger than just us. It's always about what you can do to help others. And that's why forums like this is so, so important. And I really hope that someone out there has, you know, I just never want you to say, I wish I'd done that. I want you to always think, I can't believe I did that. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, like jumping out of a plane or whatever. Sometimes it's just, you know what, going down a different path. This morning, I changed my usual walk. I went down the jetty instead and I saw a dolphin. Now, if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have seen that. So, and that just really was a beautiful way to start my day. So I really hope that someone out here is going to stop living to a smaller version of themselves. Just put yourself out there and never, ever dull your sparkle. We are here to shine, guys. And if any of you want to speak to me at any time and need some uplifting, then that's what I'm passionate about doing. Annie, I hope that's good enough for you guys.
Oh, that is so good enough. Everything is good enough. What's that talk?
You're right. Look at that. I just did it.
I know, right? It's so easy. It's so ingrained into us. Sorry, I look like I'm having a flush, but I was just a little bit cool. So I turned my heater on and now I'm like, woohoo. Anyway, I tell you what, it's just what you're sharing is just so true. I've got these two gorgeous little granddaughters at the moment. I'll have them forever. They're 5 and 2, and that's a classic example that they'll come over here and you're just used to doing or entertaining, and so they'll be here and they're just having so much fun just being in the environment, doing their art, doing their, you know, whatever. And then we'll often go, right, let's go somewhere, because we want to sort of treat them, and they just look at you and go, no, I just want to be, like, they just love being in this space. And then the language that so that's right, enjoying the mundane, enjoying the space where you've just got time. What does it show? It says they like they enjoy the environment and it feels loving, but also it's like, no, I've got time now because I'm always busy. You know, I'm busy at school, or I'm busy at after school, before care and all that sort of stuff. But I'm actually here I can just get the book out and go, just get into my craft. And then I love the language that they use, Jo. They go and say, like Lizzie's 5 and she'll go and say, I'm an artist. Like, how wonderful is that? Right? And she's got a little paintbrush and you just don't know what she's going to come out with. But it's like in her head, she's like, Picasso, she's just like, yep, I'm an artist, Nana, and I'm just doing this. And even if you can't quite get it, she looks like a bit confused. Why did you say it was a dog when it's a squirrel? Do you know what I mean? Like, I just love the all-in belief. And unfortunately, life smacks that out of us, usually just because people...
Yes.
In my situation, I probably was like Lizzie at 5, but somewhere in there, actually, I remember the conversation. I got told our whole family we're not creative and therefore we would not be good at art. And I'm like, wow, what a blanket statement. I wonder how many of you also inherited those sorts of things. You go, oh, that's a shame. What a shame I can't be creative and artistic. Apparently it's genetic. And then we can spend a whole lifetime to suddenly, I remember about 45 going, oh my goodness, I actually like a bit of art. Imagine
you are creative though.
Imagine if they were, I know, aren't I queen? I just love pumping out creative assets.
Yes.
But how funny is that we actually take these on? And you must see that. What a privilege you have doing young people's art class. Actually go, I can nurture that. I can see, one, they don't believe that they're only going to do a stick figure, but also they can just join in. I love what you said there, join a community that supports you. And I've put in the chat for your free group. Join us, come for free and hang out for a while. But you'd see that even in a classroom, Jo, right? Like you just go, hang here and you'll be painting something crazy within a couple of hours.
Annie, I've got to tell you this. I have this kid and I went, oh, what are you drawing? And he's, oh, I'm drawing God. And I'm like, oh, how do you, but nobody knows what God looks like. They will in a minute.
Oh, I love that. Here's my version. Exactly right. If we've inherited white Jesus for a long time, I'm sure that we've all got our own interpretation. That is hilarious. I love that. Well, well done you, Jo, for creating a new generation who actually believe in their own gifts and talents and where that can be.